Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Bionicle Inspiration series, a series where I cover the community's building techniques and some cool mocks to help you get out of a mocking block, artist block, or just help you move along with a project you might be struggling with, or give you some ideas for a future project, anything like that. So today we're going to focus on hand designs. Again, this was something you guys wanted, so here you go. Now obviously there's a lot of sort of traditions with using specific hand designs, like you've got what's probably the most common in mocks is the sort of traditional Hydraxon fingers. You've also got the sort of classic just Bionicle hand, or the sort of upgraded hand where it was actually a hand. And then you've also got something like the Kratos Dragon here with using claws or an actual piece from Bionicle that looks like a finger of some kind. Which are all really cool techniques, but are sort of more commonplace. I'm going to cover some more not so commonly used techniques, or maybe not so commonly used, because I have seen some of the techniques I cover more often, but they're not as common as those, for example. Anyway, so let us begin with Shadow Gear by Shadow Gear 6335. Now obviously, I guess you could say it's a relatively famous mock. The finger design he's used is he's used Hordika for fingers, which is cool because it allows a lot of posability as you attach them to the traditional Bionicle hands there, which looks really, really cool. Also really cool in terms of hands, because like I've sort of said before, it's somewhat common to see this as a hand design. But something that's really cool here is Shadow Gear has this sort of, I don't know, I guess you call it a concept, I don't even know, but this really cool thing where his hands sort of extend out. Which kind of fits with the whole sort of Gear Golem vibe that Shadow Gear has. And it's really creative and really cool. And not something, I can honestly say, not something I've really seen on any other mock. And it's really cool for the hands. So who says that they need to sort of follow basic hand conventions and they can't, I don't know, extend out for whatever reason? Because it looks really cool on Shadow Gear. And that's essentially it for that hand design. The next hand design we have today is by Molly Ray and is a mock called Ninji. Really, really cool mock here because it's kind of got this almost like a transformation thing, kind of like G2 Gully almost, where it kind of can be sort of like a mermaidy kind of thing, and then it can be relatively humanoid, which is awesome. Because the mock has a sort of slimmer, thinner build to it, using sort of more traditional hand techniques might look a little too big for it. So what Molly has done here is used minifigure hands for fingers, and I think that looks great and really fits with the sort of proportions and everything that the mock has, and I think that's really cool. It's a relatively simple technique, but really gets the job done and looks really awesome. So I would recommend people doing that for sort of slimmer, smaller mocks, because it definitely fits with the proportions. But something that's even cooler here is, like I said with the transformation thing, the hands kind of flow with that. You use these sort of older system satellite pieces here as sort of like flippers, or just sort of webbing on a sort of sea monster kind of thing. And it looks really, really cool and kind of fits with this whole transformation theme. So there's no reason your mock can't have a kind of, theme going on, and then the hands can kind of reflect that in some way. It's like in a previous episode, or maybe a future episode, depending on the order I post this. I did an episode where I featured one of Gringot's mocks, which had a hook on it for the fact that it was a pirate. Which is really, really creative and really clever, and was an awesome hand design. So yeah, see if kind of the vibe that you're going with, if you're doing like a samurai mock, or a ninja, or a pirate like before, maybe in some way your hand design can kind of be reflecting of that theme, because it'll fit quite well and fit quite nicely in there. So really, really cool concept there. The concept of it kind of transforming almost reminds me of, I hate to reference this, but Bayformers, where, although I suppose they have them in Transformers Prime, so it's okay. But where the Transformers guns sort of transform out of their hand, so it can be a hand and then it turns into a gun. So maybe that's another cool idea for a little arm cannon transformation thing on a mock, which I'm sure I've probably seen that once or twice, but maybe I haven't, so get going, build it for me. Anyway, the final mock we have for today is Robot and Robot by Josephine Monteroso. Now this is a really, really cool mock. Technically this is a sort of finalized version. There's a few other photos that I'll cover later where it's sort of more in progress of being built. But the mock isn't really a mock, it's just that. It's an arm with, a little cool robot guy in it. But there's a really, really cool hand design here, which I really, really like. essentially what Josephine has done here is she's used some more newer pieces, these kind of clip things, to create a really cool, awesome looking posable hand. Now, one thing which is up for debate here is, here's actually a breakdown of how the hand was done. So if you want to copy this design, by all means, there you go. But, like I was saying, it uses an illegal technique. So for those of you who may not know what that means, an illegal technique is where you use a piece in a sort of more unconventional way, but that unconventional way puts like stress or kind of could break a piece. So for example, some people use these pieces and actually bend them to get the desired look that they want. Or here, where the handcuffs have been sort of stretched or bent out of shape to kind of get the look that it needs. So some people are for illegal techniques, some people are like, how dare you? I really don't mind. I think if you can get the awesome look that these hands have, then by all means do it. But yeah, some people are a little sort of about that. So that's really up to you. If you want to do an illegal technique, by all means go ahead. And it would make using hand designs a lot easier, because bending and cutting or whatever with some pieces would kind of help you get more posability and more, different piece usages for fingers and stuff like that. But this is really cool. And again, uses system, which is often really helpful for hand designs. A lot of people do the variation on the Hydraxon hand where they do it like this, which uses a lot of system in it. And even Molly's mock from before used a lot of system on the hand there. So it's good to kind of use system to kind of get some, little finer details in. So really cool stuff there. And also awesome because using a lot of cool new parts. And I think it's really important to look at new pieces that come out and kind of play with them and see if you can kind of create new techniques or rehash old concepts like hands there and, come up with, really cool stuff. I mean, heck, even when mixel joints came out, a lot of people used those for fingers and look really, really cool. So there's another hand design for you. Anyway, that about does it for today. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope I gave you a few ideas for a future mock that you might make or a mock you're currently making, that kind of thing. Feel free to leave a comment, like, rate, all that crap. And also check the links in the description for the mocks that you see in today's episodes. And also check out some of the other things that they've built and comment and fave and whatever, all those guys' creations, because they've done some good stuff today. And that essentially does it. Also, comment or message me in some other links in the description for all of my sort of social media if you have any suggestions for future themes, or if you want to put a mock of your own or someone else's mock in a future episode, let me know. Anyway, yeah, that officially does it for the end of the episode. Have a fantastic day, happy building, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.